Alright, part 4. I've actually broken up into 2 parts. Good work, you finished the first 3 parts. This one's not too difficult. Part 4a, finding the measure of a central angle. We're about to get into some tougher problems that are going to need this central angle and actually half of it. What happens is we're not going to be given all the information we need, and we're going to have to figure out the apothem or sometimes the length of a side, given some other information. So what we need is this angle right here that's called a central angle. And then what we do, the central angle goes from this center to a vertex, and then the next side, next vertex right there, from the center there, and it makes this central angle right here. And then what we end up doing with it later, first we need to know that measure, and then we cut it in half with this apothem, cuts it into 2 equal pieces. And we need to know this, one of these little pieces right here, because we're going to use this right triangle and end up writing some trig equations for it to find missing pieces of this, such as the apothem. Okay. So right now we're going to find the whole angle. And the idea is, well, there's more than one central angle in here. We could draw the rest of them and it look like this. They're all the same size, and if you actually add them all up, it's like going around in a circle. There's this one plus this one plus that one, and I'm drawing a bad circle, but the same amount of degrees as in a circle. Who remembers how much that is? That's right, 360 degrees. So to find the measure of one central angle, we just want this one right here. We take this 360 degrees and divide by how many there are. Well, this is a pentagon. It has 5 of the angles. It's the same as the number of sides. So basically you're dividing by how many sides it has. And we call it the number of sides. You can label that n the number of sides. I forgot to in my video here. But n equals the number of sides or the number of angles in here. So if we take 360 and divide it by, we've got 5 here. That leaves us with 72 degrees. So that one big angle is 72. But like I said, we're going to want to cut it in half. Why? Because we're going to draw on this, we're going to have this apothem, and we need to know just this little half of that angle, half of that central angle for right here to set up this right triangle. So we're going to take the central angle and divide it by 2 to get that little angle. And that ends up being 72 divided by 2 is 36 degrees. So this angle right here is 36. So is this one, but we're just going to use one side of that right triangle here. All right. Let's try one more practice one, then you're going to do a set of quick checkers online. So here we're going to have to count. Well, there's a bunch of sides in this. But the same idea is this, that if we drew all these central angles in and then added up all their measures, that's still 360 degrees. And we're going to divide it by how many sides there are, which is the same as how many central angles there are. So be careful when you're counting them. If you want to mark, if you got it on a piece of paper or whatever, or take and count. I start at this one right here, this whole side here. This makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, we split this one into 2 pieces, but that's just one central angle. So there's 10 altogether. So we divide by 10 and we get 36 degrees. Then remember, we want, this apothem's going to split it in half, and we just want that angle right there. So we're going to take that central angle and divide by 2. So 36 divided by 2 is 18 degrees. So this little angle right here that we need later in the harder problems, that little half of it is 18 degrees. This one's 90, and we don't need to know what that one is. That'll help us set up a trig equation later for that right triangle to maybe find the apothem or this little piece of the side, half of the side, and be able to find the side. All right, you're going to go to your quick check problems. Let me know if you need any help here. Don't understand something. Otherwise, you can go to the URL link and do our quick check problems. Good work.